go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression.
I don't know if anyone's ever told you this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. You cannot be a hater and also be doing well in life. Because as far as I'm concerned, when you're on a yacht in the Mediterranean, you don't have service. You can't stalk anyone and see what they're doing and talk shit about them. When you're eating well and you're doing a caviar bump with champagne in your other hand, when you're eating crab legs, it's really hard to sit around and stalk somebody because your hands are full. The only people who can sit around and be haters and talk shit are people who have idle time and fast-paced internet at home.
For the haters, you know where you could kiss it, because you don't pay my bills. And I'm the baddest bitch.
Every time look at a sex game, my kick and words my favorite. Can't even only be my saves. It's like an earthquake, don't call you out. Create a constant, just get it on the bounce. Such a nice place. Just a more for all. Fly haters, go ahead and get gone. Go ahead and get gone. Oh. In this kingdom we rise like the dawn. Each step we take, we keep marching on. Queen royals, we own the throne. Through highs and lows, we stand strong. We've heard it all before. We'll keep shining while you walk out the door. Oh. Every time look at a sex game, my kick and words my favorite. Can't even only be my saves. It's like an earthquake, don't call you out. Create a constant, just get it on the bounce. Such a nice place, just a more for all. Fly haters, go ahead and get gone. Go ahead and get gone. Everybody,
attention. Brad just had to get in front of that sister because she was looking too cute. All right, showing her black girl magic. Please pay attention. All right, so let's get into it. Reggie said ain't nothing left for us to do but rise. I know that's right, beloved. Pay attention. Please pay attention. So let's get into it. So we're going to be talking about this fraudulent fruits and vegetables that people have been complaining about all over the internet. Now, with that all being said, just for how do I want to put this? Just for the sake of scrutiny, let's just say alleged, okay, fake fruits and vegetables. Now, they'll dispute these things, but we're going to get into it in just a moment. Before that, I want to tell everyone, thank you for tuning in. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to double check and make sure that you're still subscribed, especially if you have not been receiving your notifications. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._AShakur, TikTok at Dr. AShakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay, so let's get black into it. All right, and as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. All right, so these are your lifelines. All right, hello, Reggie, T. Copeland's in the house, Queen Sam, Re-Educated Soul, T. Randall is here, Kelly Goodman, RG Titan, Bree is here, Jasmine, Juju B is in the house, and the Queen is queening. All right, shout out to my moderators putting in work. I see you, April. Okay, so let's get into it, Nicole. All right, everyone, please get those lights up. Terry Hartfield in the house. Okay, and so hey, Deronda. Now, with that all being said, I'll see you with the people. With that all being said, let's talk about it. J.R. Meadows is in here. Juju said, low down dirty scoundrels know what to do. Absolutely. Hey, Danielle, beloved. Okay, so now, there has been a lot of people doing videos, especially on TikTok, talking about fake bananas and avocados and all of these things. And I find it very interesting because they absolutely do look fake. Okay, they look plastic, no less. Now, with that all being said, you should always remember that fruits that grow on trees, and that grow from the ground, they're supposed to have seeds in them. So if your fruits and vegetables are not having seeds in them, you need to be asking a whole lot of questions. And some people don't know this, but bananas, for those of you who follow the spiritual channel, I'm pretty sure I talked to you about this before when I did a video maybe called how you should eat like the rainbow, or maybe it wasn't that one, but it was some video that I think I did where I told you all how fruits and vegetables should always have seeds, and even bananas. And, you know, some people have never seen a banana with seeds in it. So what does that tell you? Okay, people have been fooling us for a whole lot of time, for a long time. Please pay attention. Now, let's talk about Bill Gates and this appeal. Because for one, I did a video on TikTok about this months ago, sometime last year, about how Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have bought Bragg's organic apple cider vinegar, which is the brand that I used to use all the time. It was absolutely my favorite. And then I started noticing that it looked strange when it was on the store shelf, so I stopped using it. But then I found out why it looked so strange. Because Katy Perry and Orlando, her boyfriend, well, they're invested in this appeal that's made by Bill Gates. So I'm going to show that video in a minute. But before I do, let's get into this. Because Apeel absolutely, they have a video where they're trying to make it all make sense. So lights up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to pull that up. Hold on, I have a lot of receipts in here. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right one. Is this it? And even some of the food, I have a video of them actually painting apples. Okay? Painting apples. Now somebody make that make sense. Okay, here it is right here. I'm going to share my screen. It says, this Bill Gates backed startup is fighting world hunger by making your avocados last longer. I want you all to pay attention because I'm not saying Bill Gates is making food fake, but what I'm saying is I find it very interesting that some of these products that he supposedly puts this appeal on are some of the same exact items that people are saying all over the internet that now look plastic, okay? Look very suspicious. Please pay attention. That all being said, I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this video and see if they can make it make sense.
Dave's company just scored the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
High five.
It's 5 years of reliable gig speeds, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change, which is pretty exciting.
or the poster child for post-harvest spoilage in your home. Joke being avocado, not now, not now, not now, now, too late. And then with our products, we can make that joke something more like not now, 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 too late. We're taking material from inside the produce that you're eating anyways and applying it to the surface of the produce. And by doing that in a very precise way, we're able to balance the rate that, again, water and CO2 escape relative to the rate oxygen gets in. And the result is a little microclimate that keeps the fruit happy and healthy. If you did the math, we're producing more than enough calories to feed everyone on the planet. The problem came down to distribution. We couldn't get the food that was being grown to where the people needed to eat it. If you're a small farmer in a remote region of Kenya, for example, and you're growing a mango and that mango can't last long enough to be transported to the city center where all the demand is for that mango, there's not an opportunity to earn any economic value from that produce. And so by using this formulation, we can now extend the shelf life of that produce so that it's able to ultimately reach the city center. And so that smallholder farmer is able to capture more of the economic value associated with the production of that mango. That value proposition is the same whether you're a smallholder farmer or whether you're a large commercial grower who may now, instead of going from a remote region into a city center, is now going from Peru into China, where you maybe couldn't have gone before. I'll never forget, got an email from a gentleman out of New Zealand who was growing boysenberries, and he said, I can't wait to have access to this technology. It's only technologies like this that help growers like me combat the tyranny of time. That kind of gave me the confidence to continue moving forward, and one thing led to another. It's grown tremendously since then.
Okay, well, that all sounded pretty good, didn't it? And it made for a good little presentation. And the average person may have just listened to it and fell right into it and believed it all. Except for I'm not the average person. You see, I like to do my own research. I don't just go by what people tell me. All right, that's what I don't do. And I find it very interesting that Bill Gates, who's supposed to be worried about Microsoft, all right, which he allegedly didn't even come up with anyway, a black man did. Okay, but anyway, with that all being said, I just have a hard time trusting Bill Gates and thinking that he has anything good or any type of good intentions for people other than himself and his family and other rich people like him. Because at the end of the day, let us not forget that his father was a eugenicist, and his father was good friends with Margaret Sanger, who was also a eugenicist, who said that black folk are like weeds and in fact need to be exterminated. Okay, so anybody that's like that, and I'm quite sure he takes after his father in some ways, likely more ways than one. Okay, so I don't have anything to say about, or anything good to say about anything that he comes up with. Okay, until I do my research and verify. So with that all being said, I did do research on Apeel sometime last year. As I said, here's the thing. It has been deemed safe by the FDA. I mean, that's no surprise to me. The FDA has said a myriad of things are safe. All right. But are they healthy is the question. Compounds in Apeel's edible food coating deemed safe by FDA. Now, this came out May of 2023. So edible food coatings from U.S. company Apeel Sciences are made of monoglycerides and diglycerides that are not toxic to humans, contrary to posts on social media. Okay, so where are the foods? Please pay attention. Now, according to an expert nutritionist, the quantities in these coatings would not pose a risk to human health. The company received funding from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, but it's not owned by Bill Gates, as also claims online. Well, here's the thing. I don't care if he owns it or not. If he put his money into it, doesn't that make him an investor? And if he's an investor, doesn't that mean that he has something to do with it? And here's another thing. I find it interesting that they say that it isn't owned by him, but they're always giving him the credit. They say that he's the one trying to fight global hunger by having this product. So is it his or isn't it? That's what you ought to pay attention. You see, whenever someone says something negative about Bill Gates, all of a sudden, oh, it's not Bill Gates. He just gave them money to fund it. Please pay attention. What's the difference? Is all I'm saying. Because as I told you all some years ago, those of you who are my day ones, I told you about a company that he has over in the UK called the Pure Right Institute, right? When they say that it's supposed to be he and his wife's foundation, but they have the pathologist who was working there, a couple of them, I believe it was Sarah, I can't remember her last name, and Paul Britton and somebody else. They had their names listed. But nonetheless, who's paying for all of this besides Bill Gates? Allegedly. But let me continue. So it goes on to say that a tweet said, do not eat anything with this label. This is a Bill Gates founded company using toxic mono and diglycerides to make you sick, alongside a photo of an avocado with an Apeel label. Okay, well, sounds like somebody was doing the research. Now they say Reuters has debunked posts conflating the edible food coating with a UK manufactured cleaning products. Okay, so I'm not going to get into all of this because, like I said, the FDA has approved and said that it's perfectly safe. So you can either believe the FDA and not do research, or you can just take your chances, or you can do your own research. Now, monoglycerides and diglycerides fall into the generally recognized as safe, the safe category for the FDA. Now, and they go by GRAS, which is GRAS. Is defined by the FDA, not grass like outside, but this is some company that they use or whatever, and it says it's defined by the FDA as a designation where the substance is generally recognized among qualified experts as having been adequately shown to be safe under the conditions of its intended use. Okay, so a search for Apeel Sciences on the FDA's GRAS page, GRAS, call it that for short, shows the company submitted a notice saying the intended use of monoglycerides and diglycerides in Apeel in GRAS. They say that it's safe. Okay, yeah. All right. Believe it if you want to. I'm just saying. Hold on. Give me just a second to look this GRAS thing up and see exactly. Okay, so GRAS just stands for, it's an abbreviation for generally recognized as safe. Okay, that's what it is. Generally recognized as safe. All right, so that's what that is. Now, with that all being said, let's go to that TikTok video that I did some time ago. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Here it is. I'm going to share my screen. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not using Bragg's apple cider vinegar anymore. That's what I'm not doing. Because I don't trust Bill Gates. I don't care what he says or what his scientists or anybody affiliated with him says. Period. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. Now, some people have been saying that Bill Gates has purchased Bragg's apple cider vinegar. That isn't true. Katy Perry and her partner Orlando Bloom have purchased it, but that could still be problematic. So let's get into it. Katy Perry, as well as Oprah Winfrey, are backing a California-based company, Apeel Sciences Food Waste Prevention Technology. This is a company funded by Bill Gates. At the end of the day, anything that Bill Gates has a hand in other than Microsoft, I have several questions. I'm giving it a whole side eye because I don't trust Bill Gates and I don't think that he absolutely has good intentions in most of the things that he does. That's just my opinion. Please pay attention. So they want us to think that Bill Gates is using this Apeel on the produce so that it lasts longer and that this is his way of helping to fight hunger. Well, I'm not so sure about that. And then if you go on their website, they say that Apeel is made entirely of monoglycerides and diglycerides. Well, that all sounds good because they say that this comes from nature, that this is found naturally in some of the foods. But what they don't tell you is this. You see, I don't see this mentioned anywhere on their website, how monoglycerides and diglycerides contain trans fats, which promote inflammation in the body and has been associated with heart diseases, diabetes, strokes, and obesity. Yeah, that's what they don't say. You see, this is what they tell you, and you can pause to read. At the end of the day, while these things may be true, the previous that I showed you is also true. So they're telling you the part that suits and fits their narrative. They're not telling you the things that actually go against their narrative. Now, it's obvious to me that they've changed the ingredients in the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, because if you look at the previous, it's darker. And now when you look at it, it's of a lighter hue. So at the end of the day, what's going on here? Did they water it down? Did they swap out some of the ingredients? What did they do? And are they in fact using these apples that have been sprayed with this Apeel, right? Are they using that? Well, I'm pretty sure they are, because if Katie's invested in this company, why wouldn't she be using this on the things that she's producing for her own company? So at the end of the day, I don't think this is a good idea. And I'm not going to be using Bragg's apple cider vinegar any further now that I have this information. But what I will do is I'll make my own, and you can do the same. Please pay attention.
Up to magic. All you have to do here is add those apple scraps to a clean jar with sugar and warm water. Add a cloth over top, set it away in your pantry for 2 weeks, then strain the scraps. Allow it to ferment for another 2 weeks, and you have perfect homemade apple cider vinegar.
Now, I don't want them doing anything to organic fruits and vegetables. Just leave them alone. If something isn't broke, then there's no need to fix it. That's how I see it. And, I'm noticing that many of these big corporations are purchasing these small organic branded companies. That's what they're doing. Why would they be doing this? I'm sure we can all figure that out without saying it, right? And also, for those of you who don't know, Bill Gates is supposedly supplying McDonald's with the potatoes for their fries. Now, I don't eat McDonald's. It's 2023, and there's too much knowledge and information out there to be still eating things that are full of chemicals and that have absolutely no nutritional value. But hey, for those of you who still eat it, I think you may want to know who's giving them those potatoes. And you should be asking yourselves, what is Bill Gates putting in those potatoes? And let me correct myself. They didn't say that this is found in nature. What they said was they basically mimicked nature's natural protection strategy, and they also turned to nature for their materials. And as I said previously, a lot of these big corporations are purchasing these smaller natural branded companies. And at the end of the day, we should be asking ourselves why. Now, you can pause to read this list. There's plenty more where these all came from. I don't want to consume any produce that's been sprayed with Apeel any more than I want to eat lab-grown meats. But hey, that's just me. With that all being said, TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. All right, so now the part that I told them to pause to read that you couldn't read because, of course, it was too small, this is what it actually said, because I did my research on monoglycerides and diglycerides, and basically it says generally considered safe by the FDA, as are many things, as I told you, and other regulatory bodies around the world. They're often used as food additives to improve texture and stability, to prevent oil separation and extend shelf life. They can be found in many foods, including bread, baked goods, nut butters, margarine, shortening, mayonnaise, coffee creamers, frozen dinners, and ice cream, to name a few. However, diglycerides do contain small amounts of trans fats, which have been linked to increased risk of heart disease and stroke. Now, this is what it doesn't say on Apeel's website. Okay, some studies have also associated higher intakes of monoglycerides and diglycerides with higher risk of overall cancer. Now, I'm no doctor and I'm not here to give you medical advice. I'm just telling you what research and studies have shown. That's basically what it has to say about that. So does that sound healthy to you? I mean, anything with trans fats? Yeah, I don't think so. And another thing is you absolutely shouldn't be eating margarine. That is one of the worst things that you can consume. Now, that is a fact. And you can do the research on that yourself. Okay? So now let's talk about rice. Because people have been saying that there's fake rice floating around here, and then they want to tell us, oh, no, that's a myth. There's no such thing as fake rice. Where are y'all getting this from? Fake rice? No, absolutely not, they say. Now, here's what one article says. Food safety news, okay? This came out in 2019, October of. So-called plastic rice could have been the real deal, but stored for a decade. So they try to downplay it. Please pay attention. Now, they said reports about plastic rice are likely incorrect, according to a food fraud expert. He says that it could have been actual rice that had been poorly stored for up to a decade. First of all, who wants to eat rice or anything that's been stored for up to a decade? That's for number one. For number two, if it was poorly stored and now it has the same consistency as plastic, should we really be eating it? I mean, he's saying this as if that makes it any better. Well, I just happen to think that it absolutely is plastic, okay? But let me continue. Now, Chris Elliott, professor of food safety and founder of the Institute of Global Food Security at Queen's University, Belfast, said he has been investigating rice fraud for a number of years. First of all, why are we having to do this investigation if they're not making fake food? Please make it all make sense. Now, he goes on to say that it all started off by lots of reports coming from different parts of the world about what was called plastic rice. People were claiming that they were being sold rice that was made from plastic. Now, as someone who studies food fraud, I was quite interested in this. This is what he told Food Safety News while he was in Edinburgh to meet the head of the Scottish Food Crime and Incidents Unit. He says the first thing, when we looked at the economics plastic, he says actually plastic is more expensive than rice. So, it's not made from plastic. Well, here's the thing. If they were trying to make people sick by giving you things that are toxic or not healthy or things that your body can't naturally digest, you think they care about that it costs more? If they're trying to get rid of people, and I'm not saying they are, I'm just saying these are just questions that I ask myself while thinking. But let me continue. Goes on to say that it's more expensive. Okay, then you would think, why would people think they're eating rice made from plastic? It took quite a long time to uncover what we think was going on, and I spent some time in Southeast Asia asking lots of questions, he said. Plastic rice is not made from plastic. Oh, okay, thank you for letting us know. Plastic rice isn't made from plastic. It's rice that has been stored for up to 10 years and not stored particularly well. So it's still plastic. Let me get this straight. It's still plastic. It's just not made from plastic. Do y'all hear the word salad? Now, the rice had become badly contaminated with molds. What? And instead of that nice white color, had turned into an unpleasant green color. And what the fraudsters had done was that they had taken that rice out of the store and bleached it back to the white color. So I'm sorry, is that going to be any better? You want to eat molded rice that's been bleached to be white? Do you want to eat anything that's been bleached? Here's another thing. Just so you know, this is done very often. You see, they take flour, okay? For those of you who like to fry your foods and all of that, yeah. They take flour, I believe grits, and there are a myriad of other things that are bleached. I know you've seen it in the store. It says bleached flour on the bag. Did you think they weren't really talking about bleaching it? You see, the reason they bleach these things is because when they're stored in warehouses, you see the rats will come in there and try to eat through the containers, eat through the bags, and eat these things. So to keep the rats from eating it, they bleach it. Okay? So if a rat's not going to eat bleached flour, bleached grits, or whatever, these things that have been bleached, why would you eat it? That's what you should be asking yourself. Rats are disgusting and will eat anything, just about. That's why they're rats. They live in sewers. They eat whatever. But you mean to tell me they won't eat bleached flour, but you're going to take that flour and fry your fish and your chicken and whatever else with it? Please pay attention. But I digress. I absolutely digress because this is all crazy. This is all crazy, but let me continue. So now it goes on to say, hold on, beloved pop-ups. Okay, so it goes on to say that they bleach it back to get the white color. Now, the only problem was whenever you bleach rice, it loses the nice shiny surface. So to get that back, they sprayed it with paraffin wax. So it ain't plastic. Okay, thanks for telling us. But it's molded, then it's bleached, and then they spray it with paraffin wax. With that paraffin wax coating on it, it didn't cook properly. Hence the reason it was called plastic rice. Just so you know. This is all crazy. Now, the university has been trying to develop quick analytical tests for past the difference between genuine rice and products that has been treated badly in terms of chemicals. They say there has been a big push in terms of how science and technology can detect and deter food fraud. Now, in terms of my own work at Queen's University, we're looking at how we can use the thing that we all have in our pocket to detect food fraud. So doing a lot of smartphone-based analysis, okay, using fingerprints of food, we can build these mathematical models of what the fingerprint of food should look like. Just 6 weeks ago, I was in a marketplace in Ghana checking for food fraud in rice using my smartphone, he says. Elliot said Europe has a good food safety network, so people would not try to sell very low quality products into the region because the systems would pick it up. Now, in the UK and wider Europe, we don't need consumers to check if our food has been fraudulently produced. We've got a great infrastructure of government agencies and a fantastic food industry that are doing all of that for us, he says. Well, this is true. You see, because a lot of these countries, like over in Europe and the UK and stuff like that, a lot of these countries absolutely don't even allow some of the foods that we're able to eat in America, foods that are approved by the FDA here in the United States. A lot of them don't allow those foods to even be sold in their country. Okay? That's what they don't do. And you should be very careful about eating bread. Okay? That's what you should be very careful of. But hold on. Let me go to banned foods so I can tell you some of these foods that are in fact banned in other countries but allowed to be sold right here in the U.S. But they're trying to stop world hunger. Please pay attention. So here's 13 foods that are banned in countries but not in the U.S. Let's talk about it. I'm going to share my screen. Some of you are going to be surprised. Some of you are going to be surprised about some of these things on here. Okay, there you go. Some of you feeding Pop-Tarts to your kids or grandkids, please stop. The Coffee Mate, Pop-Tarts, Wheat Thins. First of all, wheat is a hybrid. I don't want anything that has wheat in it. Dr. Sadie said it's a hybrid years ago. Okay? Ritz crackers. Now, I was quite frankly disappointed to hear this because how many times have I eaten Ritz crackers with a nice salad, thinking I'm being healthy? And I'm sitting here eating Ritz crackers? It's the number one thing on the list. Here's what it says. Wouldn't you know that a cracker that's all the rage in America is considered an outrage abroad? Ritz crackers are outlawed in several other countries, including the United Kingdom, Canada, and Brazil. These seemingly innocent salt-dusted snack vessels contain potassium bromate, which is a possible human carcinogen that poses potential health risks. Well, I'm so glad to find this all out. I mean, I'm sitting here eating my little salad and thinking I'm doing a good job. Please pay attention. All right. Now, you'll also find the flour additive in things like bread and bagels. All nefarious. Mountain Dew. Well, I don't drink sodas, period. Now, it's not all that alarming that a carbonated, caffeinated soda that looks like radioactive waste is illegal in other countries. The culprit here is the emulsifier that was used in the beverage for many years. Brominated vegetable oil, okay? BVO led to the dew being dubbed a don't in about 100 other countries outside of the U.S., okay? Although the drink no longer contains the ingredient because of the controversy surrounding it. Well, I still wouldn't trust it. In fact, here's what you should think. When you drink any type of soda with these carbonated drinks, period, in my opinion, just think about how you can take a Coke and go outside and pour it on your car battery, right, to clean it off. But you want to put that in your stomach? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, I haven't drank a soda and I can't even tell you how long it's been. That's how long it's been. I don't even remember when's the last time I drank one. Okay, please pay attention. Now, Coffee Mate creamer. Coffee Mate may just be the quintessential creamer in the United States. Abroad, a different story though. In countries like Denmark, Hungary, Austria, and Norway, you won't be enjoying your morning cup of Java with your best mate. That's because it contains hydrogenated oil, which is a prime perpetrator of trans fats. And according to the Mayo Clinic, that's the worst type of fat you can consume. See, I told you, and there's plenty of trans fat in margarine. Okay, that's why it's terrible for you. Gatorade. Now, how many of you drink Gatorades on a hot day, especially if you're out jogging or whatever, working out? Okay, you probably want to take this to replenish your electrolytes. No, just drink regular spring water. Okay, how do you even celebrate huge sports victories in other countries if they can't douse the coach in electric shades of Gatorade? The electrolyte drink is banned in Europe because it contains a handful of outlaw ingredients, including brominated vegetable oil, yellow 5 and 6, and red 40. And I can just tell you right now, red 40 has been linked to Alzheimer's, according to studies. Okay, and you find red 40 in things like red drinks, like sodas or whatever. I'm sure it's in the red Kool-Aid. You would find it in things like hot Cheetos, the hot fries, and those sorts of things. If you're letting your kids eat those, you should really stop. Okay, all of which have been linked to health risks in some form or fashion. Again, I'm no medical doctor. Okay, I'm a doctor of public administration, not a medical doctor. So with that all being said, I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just telling you what research has shown. Now, farm-raised salmon. You won't find farm salmon in countries like New Zealand and Australia. That's because its production synthetically manufactured astaxanthin is used to give the fish its reddish hue. In wild-caught salmon, astaxanthin occurs naturally, so there's no need to create a synthetic substance. That just reminds me of what they say about Apeel. They say they put this stuff on there and that it naturally occurs in nature or is naturally found in some foods. Well, if that's the case, why do you need to put it on there? I'm sorry. Please make it all make sense. Now, here is Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Now, being that artificial food dyes like yellow 5 and 6 and red 40 are massively outlawed abroad, it's no wonder you can't taste the rainbow there. These colorful candies are packed with artificial colors and flavors, making them off limits overseas. And here's another fun fact. The reason I don't care for Skittles or any other chewy, gummy, light type food or candy is because they very often have pork in them. Okay, so if you're thinking you're not eating pork, but you're eating things like Doritos, Skittles, gummy worms, and gummy bears, and all that kind of stuff, those things have pork in them. Look it up. Now, you have to ask yourself, why would they be putting pork in those things? There's no need for it. Why would they do it? Well, I believe it's so that, and if you use Jiffy cornbread, that also has pork in it. Now, so my thing is, why would they put pork in things that clearly shouldn't need pork? It's my belief, and this is just something that I think personally, I can't substantiate this claim, but I believe it's because they're purposely trying to give us things that they know will calcify our pineal glands. Your pineal gland is very important, okay? It is very important, and those of you who follow the spiritual channel, you already know about the third eye, you know, how when the pineal gland is activated, all of that, and then the optic thalamus and all that stuff. You already know about that. It's literally called the light. You know, it's the light of the world, okay? So with that all being said, if you want your pineal gland to be working adequately, if you want to be able to rise into a higher level of consciousness, if you want to be what we call woke, right? Then you don't want to have a calcified pineal gland. And if your pineal gland is in fact calcified, well, you can decalcify it. All you have to do is stop eating all this bull crap. Okay, and do some detoxes. All right, please pay attention. Queen Stamp said, no, not the cornbread. Yes, absolutely. Here's the thing, beloved. This is why they supposedly have a vegan version of Jiffy cornbread. Why would they have a vegan version? Because the other version supposedly has pork in it. You can look it up for yourself. But let me continue. The next is Twinkies. Lord have mercy. Who in 2024 is eating a Twinkie? Okay, I'll guarantee you that if you buy a Twinkie this year and come back 30 years from now, it'll still be in tip-top condition. That's just what I think. Now, when it comes to snack cakes, Twinkies are one of America's most iconic, but they are not a universal treat. Overseas, these cream-filled sponge cakes are banned because they contain yellow 5 high fructose corn syrup and hydrogenated oils. A treasonous trifecta in several countries. Okay, so just pay attention. They keep talking about this yellow 5 and this blue 9 and red 40. And then here's one of y'all's favorites, Kellogg's Corn Flakes. The Frosted Flakes is that. Okay? So they say they're grotesque, because they're not great like they sell the commercial. That's what Tony must stay in Japan and the European Union, because Frosted Flakes are illegal there. Okay? The butylated hydroxytoluene found in the breakfast cereal has been linked to health concerns. All right, please pay attention, including endocrine disruption and organ system toxicity. And then these Swiss rolls. I don't know who's eating these. I didn't even like those when I was a kid. Now, the snack cake section at the American grocery store would straight up shock foreigners. You might look at a little Debbie Swiss roll and think it's just an innocent cream-filled stuff inside normal chocolate cake covered with a chocolate coating. Well, not quite. Apparently, Lil Deb feels the need to embrace yellow 5 and red 40 to achieve that chocolatey color. Imagine the blasphemy someone from Switzerland would claim upon finding out that the correlation between this snack's name and the list of the ingredients. Yeah, I don't want anything made by Lil Debbie's, period. Now, here we go. Certain meats. Now, I want you all to pay attention, because I know more than half of you eat this crap. Certain meats. U.S. chicken, U.S. pork, and prepackaged ground beef are just some of the meats you won't be able to purchase abroad that you can find at any grocery store in the States. Okay, the guidelines for meat are entirely different outside of the United States, outside of these 50 states. Please pay attention. And so they just let us eat whatever and just don't care. And then you wonder why people have diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, kidney failure, cancer, heart disease, and all sorts of nefarious things. Well, this is why. Look what they feed us. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, maraschino cherries. I've never liked those even as a kid. Most maraschino cherries are, as we know them, they contain red 40, and as we've covered a couple of times now, that ingredient is a huge no-no in tons of other countries. Then you got Pop-Tarts. Because Pop-Tarts contain artificial food dyes, they're not a universal breakfast treat. Yellow 5 and 6, red 40 can all be found in your favorite Pop-Tart flavors. Glad I haven't eaten one in years. Nabisco's Wheat Thins. Another one of America's favorite crackers is banned in Japan and Europe, but Wheat Thins are outlawed for a different off-limits ingredient known as BHT, which, as we mentioned earlier, is a possible carcinogen. Okay, so please pay attention. And if you have any of those foods in your home, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to eat them? Are you going to toss them? I just have questions. So with that all been said, let's go to some of these videos where people showing these alleged fake fruits on TikTok. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Well, actually, hold on. Let me pull up this video right here, because this shows several different things.
For some mysterious reason in the past few months, there's been loads of videos popping up all over social media of people buying what looks like fake food. It all started just a couple of weeks ago in the United States when several people started noticing that there was something off about the watermelon that they were buying on the supermarkets.
So I got this watermelon up, and I like to rinse my watermelon before I cut it, and it's like killing. Does anybody has problems with their watermelon like this? Oh my gosh.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It sounds like the goat is dying.
There are dozens of videos where people buy watermelon from the supermarket and it looks strange. Sometimes it looks like plastic, sometimes it makes these weird noises, and sometimes, or many times actually, it feels as if it's made out of rubber.
So I cut watermelon for my kids, and they're all bringing it right back, saying they don't like the texture. And I've seen enough videos of people posting rubbery watermelon. I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
But it wasn't just rubbery. There was something else about the watermelon that was bothering a lot of people.
Okay, y'all. I threw this watermelon out over a week ago. It smelled really good. Bought it from cut it open, and it was like plastic. Tasting it was absolutely horrible. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I threw it outside. This is a week later. It looks like mud. What's going on?
It was pretty obvious that there was something off about the watermelon, and a lot of people were noticing it. But here's the thing, it wasn't just the watermelons.
There you go.
People were also noticing the same thing happening with avocados, blueberries, bananas, and the list goes on.
We got it from the supermarket, but when she opens it and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break. And when it pulls, it's like it's glue. It's very tight and doughy. It looks very, very fake and Play-Doh.
In this next video, Ari Osborne explains how she bought blueberries in the supermarket. When she gave it to her kid, she noticed that one of them looked like it was made out of rubber. Check this out.
It's left in her little bowl, and I put it down the drain for the garbage disposal. And I push the button, you know, it's doing its thing, but there's a clanking, and it sounds like something's stuck. So I go in the drain, and there's a blueberry that's not breaking apart. It's not. I pick it up, and why is there a rubber blueberry in my toddler's snack?
She cut it in half, and it actually looks as if it's made out of silicone or something like that. Strange, isn't it? But it gets even stranger. In this next video, a woman tests out the food in the supermarket using a magnet, and this is what happens.
Look at this shit. Put a magnet that I got from here into the great chicken. Let's try for. Look at that shit.
After these videos were posted and became a viral sensation, it made a lot of people ask the same question. Are we possibly eating fake food? What's your take?
Are we eating fake food? That's a good question. And shout out to Re-Educated Soul for sending me that video because I was looking for it. That's exactly the video I was looking for. Okay, so anyway, this is all so crazy. That is absolutely disgusting, all right? But hold on, there's more. Now I want you all to pay attention to these fake strawberries or alleged fake strawberries. Okay, I just have questions. Are they real or are they fake? I don't know. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of videos. Lights up, everyone. Please get the lights up. Make sure the lights are matching the views, if you could be so kind. Thank you in advance.
Guys, this is what I'm talking about. Check this out. This is supposedly an organic strawberry. This is an apple. Do you see the problem here? There is no way this is normal. There is no way this is natural. And there is no way this is a regular strawberry. A real strawberry should be about this big, okay? We are eating fake fruit. And this is one more reason we are all sick, tired, and fat. This has a bunch of starch and extra sugar in it. And it is grown for maximum profitability, okay? Follow me for more if you like this kind of content.
Also nefarious. Hold on. Because, see, there's a difference in how strawberries are supposed to look when you bite inside of them also. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to show you this brief clip. Because there's been some strange strawberry. Reggie said that strawberry's on steroids. Nicole said, I started my whole garden in my backyard a month ago. Well, good for you, beloved. That's what Darius said, obese strawberries. Okay. Sheppy said, never buy food from Walmart. Exactly. I'm sorry, please don't. And greater value is absolutely not good. Remember the recalls they had recently, okay? Please pay attention. And they said something about the people were catching hepatitis from strawberries. Now, I'm sorry. How do you get hepatitis from a strawberry, Walmart? Greater value? What's all this stuff they have going on? I just have questions. Okay, please pay attention. Now, this is how strawberries are supposed to look. Red on the inside, not white.
Explain that to me. Store-bought and from a farm. Just got these from a common grocery store. They're white. These came super small. There were some bigger pieces. Size and the color.
Nope. Okay, I'm sorry. This looks like the whole fraud is going on here. All right, what is going on here? Now, let me show you all these bananas that somebody said were green when they bought them, and then weeks later they were still green or something. Hold on. This is all nefarious. This is all nefarious, beloveds. Pay attention.
All right, Costco. I need to know what's going on with these bananas. We got these about 2.5 weeks ago, and they are still, look how green. This yellow is just now starting to happen. And they are hard as a rock. You hear that? Hard as a rock. Look at that. What's going on? So like Costco, I need to know. What's up? Are these fake?
Okay, so she said she got that from Costco. And a lot of the people that are doing these videos on TikTok say that they've gotten the food, the fruits and vegetables from Costco and I want to say Whole Foods. See, I get my fruits and vegetables from Sprouts, okay? And I'm going to show you the food that you find in Sprouts. Now, like I said, I get my things from Sprouts. One of my friends told me, oh, I don't want to go to Sprouts. It's too expensive. Well, you know, it is expensive. It's not really expensive. It may just cost a few cents more. But at the end of the day, that's where I'd rather go. Another thing is I like to go to the farmer's market. Okay. Now, at the farmer's market, you can find real organic foods, healthy organic foods. The thing is, where I live, the organic farmer's market is a bit far from me. So I go to Sprouts because that's closer and they have good foods and fruits and vegetables and things there. But when I can, I go to the farmer's market, or I'd like to go to a place called Seven Anda in Little 5 Points, where they have all of the organic farmers, different organic farmers bring their food and their fruits and vegetables there, and they're sold there. Okay. So that's a really good place too, as far as I'm concerned. Now that's if you live in Georgia in the Atlanta area. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. What I would suggest, as I told you all before, those of you who follow the spiritual channel, you can find an organic farmer in your area and then see if you can order your fruits and vegetables from them and then, you know, just pay them weekly to deliver it to you. Okay? Or you can go pick it up from them. They should have some in your area. Like when I do that, I usually spend about $40 a week on fruits and vegetables. Okay? At least I don't have to worry about these sort of things that they're talking about. All right, so likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Now let's look at this this watery watermelon that someone bought. It was just like mush on the inside after when they first got it, I believe. Okay, hold on. I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Here we go. Then we're going to be out of here in a second because it's almost my bedtime. Please pay attention.
You guys, let me show you the craziest thing. So I had 2 melons that both for juice, right? So this melon is standing. The melons was sitting here, and for some strange reason this morning I came and it was just liquid, flooded. And I was like, oh, what was leaking? Nothing was leaking. Guess what, you guys? I picked up the second melon and it felt squishy. So I put it in the sink and I cut through it. Y'all will not believe what I got. Yeah. This is what I have for a melon. The melon shell is strong. Look at that. This is what I got for a melon, you guys. Look at that. the rind. Look at the melon rind.
Okay, that's absolutely disgusting. That looked like some sort of jelly substance, like Jello almost, or something like that. Absolutely disgusting. Now, someone said that in a small town, many of the shops are shut down or whatever. If you live in a small town, beloved, I would try to grow my own vegetables, fruits and vegetables. I would try to start something in my own backyard at the end of the day, because this is all crazy, including nefarious. Now, hold on. This is what a watermelon from Sprouts looks like. Now, I'm going to fast forward this because she was just getting all into it and clearly doing the most, making a 4-minute video, 4.5-minute video out of just her cutting open and chopping up a watermelon. We don't need to see all of that. I'm just going to fast forward. Please pay attention.
I think it's a conspiracy when it comes to watermelons. I don't think any are sweet anymore. But I watched this video and it said, listen for a low thud. That's giving low. It's giving tenor. Oh, it cut? It cut like... All right. Perfect cubes. Perfect cubes. Perfect cubes. Look at that.
Now you clearly see the seeds in there. Looks
For
delicious.
all you wellness warriors, you see the seeds? It's pretty best. I'm not gonna lie. I got this at Sprouts. It was only... The seeded were $5.99 each. And the unseeded were $6.99 each. And this was huge.
Now you all heard that? The seeded watermelon was less than the one without seeds. Now, why would someone want seedless watermelons? Well, because some people don't want to have to spit out the seeds. Some people like to avoid seeds, okay? But at the end of the day, the seeds are how you know you're eating real fruits and vegetables. All right, so with that all being said, now I have just a couple more videos. Hold on. The painted apples. I definitely want to show you all that. I'm trying to find those bananas with the seeds. Here they go. I want you all to see what real bananas, because they should definitely have seeds. How do they grow on trees if they don't have seeds? Make it all make sense. Some of these things are absolutely hybrids. And what do hybrids do? Hybrids, fruits and vegetables, well, they build up mucus in your system. And mucus is one of the main things that causes illness and disease. Please pay attention. Again, I'm no doctor and I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just telling you what studies and research have shown.
These are real bananas.
Oh, hold up. So what the heck has the U.S. been giving us? Because I used to think about it. Every fruit that was grown on a tree has seeds. This apple grown on a tree has seeds. But the banana has no seeds. This joker has no seeds. So are we being fed fake fruit? If that's the case, I'm leaving the U.S. because, you know, it makes a lot of sense how greedy the government is anyway. Fake fruit. So you're telling me that a banana has seeds? It makes so much sense. That answers my question. Like, what is this? What is it? I don't want it. Nope.
I forgot to unmute myself. So as you can see, the bananas clearly are supposed to have seeds. Now, let's go to these painted apples. Painted fruits, period. I'm going to mute this because it has music in the background or something like that. So I'm going to mute it. But you'll be able to see them painting these fruits, which I find all nefarious. Okay, that's absolutely crazy. All right. And I've seen another video that I don't have right now because I couldn't find it. But I saw another video where they were making it look like plastic lettuce. Okay, that's what it looked like. Also nefarious. And then another thing is, I saw a video years ago, which is why I stopped eating shredded cheese, because it said that shredded cheese had wood in it. It said that it had wood in it. So I was doing some research. And here's what it said. I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. It says, hold on. It says that it doesn't have wood in it, but you may find in the list of ingredients powdered cellulose. Okay, Kraft claims, now Kraft makes a lot of cheese. Kraft claims that cellulose makes up less than 1% of its shredded cheese. Its purpose is to replace fat and prevent clumping by keeping cheese moist. Now, when I saw this video years ago, probably like a decade ago, and they were talking about there's wood splinters in shredded cheese, it said the same thing, that the reason it's put in there is to keep the cheese from clumping together. And I thought, so you're going to put wood in it? That's supposed to be better? But now they're saying that it isn't wood, that it's in fact something called cellulose. Okay? And then, in fact, it says, in fact, cellulose is one of the most commonly used food additives used to thicken or stabilize food. All right? So they use it in breads and baked goods. Cellulose adds structure and firmness to baked goods. Okay? And contributes fiber to processed white bread. So that means it's in there too. And it helps it keep its moisture. Okay? That's what they say. Now, what I thought was interesting was when they were saying all of this, I said, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. So they're saying it's not wood, right? That's what you're telling me. There's no wood in the cheese, just cellulose. So then I said, let me look up and see what's cellulose. Okay? Let me look up and see what it says about cellulose. And this is what I saw that I thought was very interesting. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this, so you know that I'm not painting narratives. Please pay attention. Because they say there's no wood in the shredded cheese. Kraft uses cellulose. Okay, so yes, cellulose is a structural component of the woody parts and cell walls of plants, especially plant stems. Cellulose is also found in other plant organs such as leaves and fruits and in fibrous materials like cotton. In fact, cellulose is the most abundant organic polymer on Earth. Cellulose is a safe and inexpensive carbohydrate that comprises the woody parts and cell walls of plants. It is a type of dietary fiber found in fruits, vegetables, whatever, right? The cellulose added to processed foods usually comes from wood pulp, also known as sawdust. Okay, I'm sorry, what? Or cotton, like lint. So they're saying they don't put wood in the cheese, but they use cellulose, which usually comes, that means more often than not, from wood pulp, which is also known as sawdust. And then they said it comes from the woody parts of plants. Okay, what's the woody part of a plant? Well, we know it's the stem, but what else is it? Woody plants have multiple woody parts, including stems, branches, and roots that are reinforced with wood and covered by bark. I'm sorry, what has bark? A tree, that's what. The trunk of a tree. Okay, please pay attention. And then it says right here, stems. Woody plants are plants that have hard stems, thus the term woody, and that have buds that survive above ground in the winter. The best known examples are trees and shrubs, bushes. These are commonly broken down further into the deciduous and evergreen categories. I hope I said that word right. That's a word I've never seen before. But anyway, with that all being said, I'm sorry, say what? So tree trunks, sawdust, wood pulp, but there's no wood in the cheese. Yeah, please make that make sense. Sounds like wood to me, is all I'm saying. Okay, JMC says sawdust is wood or cotton. No thanks. All right. So anyway, with that all been said, Sherry says China refuses to buy any more meats from the U.S. because they say the supply is poison. Well, they're a fine one to talk because weren't they the ones painting that fruit? It looked like they were the ones painting the fruits. And I tell you another thing. It looks like they were the ones, if I remember correctly, that were making that lettuce that looked like it was plastic. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Red said, yeah, they're more than just avocado oil. I agree. Yeah, also, and for those of you who use grapeseed oil thinking that's healthy, no, it's not. Grapeseed oil isn't naturally produced by nature. Okay, so please pay attention. With that all being said, I hope you all got something out of this, okay? And so I will see you all in the morning for your morning wake-up call. Until then, beloveds, everyone enjoy the rest of this night, and each one teach one. This is how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show